Howdy friends, and welcome to another beautiful campground. Today's destination is Cooper Lake State Park. This park is located near Dallas, Texas, in north central Texas. It's about an hour east of Dallas, just off Interstate 30, near the town of Cooper. This park is along the north shore of Jim Chapman Lake and is just about 5 miles east of Cooper. This campground has campsites for RVs and tents, but also has several screened-in buildings, a couple of cabins, and some premier tent campsites with large shingled coverings over a picnic table and a concrete pad. All sites have water and electricity, and check the campground webpage, which I put in the description if you have specific power needs for your RV. As you enter the park, the lake is on your left, and the first turnoff is to the boat ramp. Shortly after that, you will pass the Pelican Point day use area. That includes a nice, accessible bathroom with showers. There's a kids' playground, covered picnic tables, and concrete paths throughout. They also have a beach area for swimming in the summer and a lot of large shade trees. Looking at the trail map, you'll see there are 6 major trails within the campground for bikes and hikes. All of them are fairly flat, and you are likely to see many species of birds, and depending on the time of day, you're likely to see a lot of deer. Looking at the campground map, you can see that most of the sites are back in. However, there are several pull-through campsites. I've notated in blue which campsites I think are accessible. The only site that is designated as an ADA campsite is campsite number 6. However, the gravel there seems a bit deep, and I'm not sure that it would be that easy to maneuver in a wheelchair. I found that campsite number 25 was the most accessible campsite because it had a concrete driveway that connected to a concrete path that leads to a picnic table that was also on a concrete pad. Please be considerate and do not book ADA campsites unless you have a mobility issue. Those campers in wheelchairs, walkers, and who are amputees will appreciate your thoughtfulness. If you want to know more about individual campsites, all of my videos have a campsite worksheet referenced in the video description. Click or copy the link for details about the various campsites. In the example here, I include things like the size of the campsite, noise, shade, accessibility, and any other unusual or important features that I think you might want to know. Let's take a tour of the campsites and see which campsite is right for you. Soil erosion has taken its toll on a lot of these campsites, with the concrete sticking up out of the ground on the pads and the picnic tables. Site number 2 is a great pull-through site with lots of shade and plenty of room to spread out. The driveway on Site 41 is like at the top of a hill. You can see it slopes down on both sides. Site 40 is one of the sunnier campsites in the area. Site number 4 doesn't have a lot of shade either. Site 38 is kind of a strange campsite. It's a pull-through because there's this huge driveway that goes all the way across it. So it looks huge, but the picnic table's under the big tree there. Not much shade here. Site number 6 is supposed to be the ADA campsite. However, the gravel off to the side of the pad is kind of thick. I'm not sure it would be that great of a site for accessibility. In my opinion, the Dr. Creek campground on Cooper Lake is much better than the South Sulphur unit. So if you're looking for a good campsite, go to this northern campground. You can see that the bathroom area is fully accessible with concrete paths going to wheelchair accessible bathrooms. The bathrooms here do include showers in the campground and in the day use area. Some sites don't have many trees, and then other sites have a lot. Site 15 was nice, but Site 16 was one of my favorites. '17 was great as well. The pull-through on Site 29 was great. Campsite itself was all back in the woods there. Site 26 was shady and fairly flat. I don't know if this site is designated as the 80A site, but it is perfect if you need an accessible site. It's got the concrete, so it's easy to get around. You're not stuck in the mud if it rains. Here's one of the paths that goes out to the lake. We've made it through all the campsites. Now I'm just showing you some of the surrounding area as you go out where the shelters and the cabins are. Here's one of the screened-in shelters. It's on the lake side of the driveway here. This is the back side of the same cabin. This screen shelter is right across the road from the one I just showed you. It's kind of hard to tell if this is actually a cabin and not a screened-in shelter. You can tell by the windows. I never have seen one of these before, but you can see that it's a covered area and the picnic table's in there under the concrete and a big campsite behind it for your tent. The tent area on this one is tucked way back there in the woods. Well, friends, that concludes our tour of this beautiful park. I hope you enjoyed the 4K video of each of the individual campsites, and I hope it will help you determine which site you would like to reserve. All campsite reservations are made on the Texas State Parks website, which I've included in the description of this video. If you like this video, please tell a friend and be sure and press like on the video. Most importantly, subscribe to my channel so you won't miss any future videos. I go to all types of state, national, and Forest Service camping areas in multiple states. So take a video adventure or make plans to visit the parks I review. Until we meet again on my next video, happy trails and so long.